What is up, everybody? I am back, and I am here with kind of a self-reflection kind of video for the games that I played this year in competitive tournaments. And I kind of just wanted to showcase like all of my favorite sets, all of my favorite games that I've had in this like entire year. I've had a pretty crazy season. I've qualified for gens 1 through 9 for all individual tournaments. I was kind of popping off this year. Pretty happy about that, to be honest. But my goal this year, obviously, I want to become a way better player than I was the year before, and that's always been the goal. That's always been the goal, guys. Always grind for it. Always try and achieve your goals. If you want to be good at something, you can. You just got to put your mind to it. And this is proof. I mean, you're gonna see from Generation 7, Generations 9, and I have a special Gen 3 one right at the end. So, I mean, let's get right into it. First game, we have a game against Fade in the Premier League of Smogon, and it's gonna be week 1. I'm pretty sure. I bring a pretty like wild team, right? Like you don't really see Mega Altaria much in SM. You don't see a lot of these. Well, you do see a lot of these mons, but you've never seen this combination before. I promise you that. This is easily one of my favorite Sun and Moon teams I've ever made. So I'll like showcase it real quick. I also have like a little team dump that I did, so everything's out in the air. Um, so it's gonna be Mega Altaria, Dragon Dance, Frustration. I have Heal Bell on this, so it's mono Frustration. There's no Earthquake. Reason why is because we have Magearna for the Shucka Berry, bait out the ground types, kill them with Ice Beam. We have Magnezone for the steel types. We don't need like Flamethrower or anything like that. We also have Thunder Wave just in case for like emergencies for like let's say Scarf Magearna, not Scarf Magearna, sorry, like Magearna just in general. If I ever need to like Thunder Wave it or anything crazy, like it's a really good backup in that case. Lando maxed the defense with Iapapa. So we have 2 lives. We have 2 lives with this Iapapa set, which is pretty nice. This is probably the craziest one. Psychium Z Cresselia with HP Fighting. The reason why I chose HP Fighting is because it kind of like covers everything, I feel like. It beats Tyranitar, for example, which is great. Greninja also loses +1. Overall, I think like offensive Cresselia was pretty underrated around this time. And we have Tapu Lele, which has hella bulk, hella bulk. And the reason why is because it actually munches stuff like Ash Greninja at full. And you kind of want that on this type of team because you kind of want to like trade with this mon pretty consistently. So I value the HP more than speed here. But yeah, this is easily one of my favorite teams. So without further ado, let's get right into it. And I mean, this is kind of the matchup that I wanted, right? Komodo, especially if it's Z like clanging skills, I have 3 fairy types. That shit is not doing anything. The only way it can probably touch me is if it's like Z ice or Z poison, some shit like that. Um, but I mean, yeah, this is like the matchup that I wanted. This is an easy mage lead, mostly because if he leads Lando, we can literally just click Ice Beam, absorb the Shucko or Earthquake with Shucka, and then just kill it. Right, let's get the shit right in. She sends in Tapu Lele Magearna. This is kind of an awkward lead for me, I'd say. Because if he Nature's Madness puts me at 50, that would be pretty bad, right? Do I have Pain Split on this? I do have Pain Split on this, which is okay. But I feel like him taking a Nature's Madness would be nice for him turn 1, and he actually misses. So that's pretty favorable for me because I just end up Volt Switching away into Cresselia. And I'm pretty sure I just hit up the Calm Mind, and I think I just Moonlight the next turn, try and get this out of here. But he ends up just clicking Moonblast, maybe just going for a crit, which is pretty completely valid. Ends up Moonlighting again. I think I just do this until I get into full. Oh no, I click Calm Mind again, and then I go Moonlight. Okay, Moonlight, and the way he sends us in, pretty much like it pretty much screams that he's Encore, right? Like there's no other thing he can be at this point. Because if you're sending in Zam on a +2 Cresselia, the only way you're stopping me at that point is you just Encore me out. So I switch out. In hindsight, I could have stayed in on the Encore and click Z move on that turn. I forget what the roll is for that. Maybe I'll show you the top right. But I don't think it kills, so it's probably not worth it. It probably does kill under terrain though. So if I did it under terrain, for sure that was a play. But yeah, scout the Encore, perfect. Uh, Here, I just click Volt Switch completely free on this in this situation, mostly because, like I said, we're Shucka Berry. So if he sends in his ground type, we're just gonna click Ice Beam the next turn. So the momentum is completely free. We send in Magna Zone here over anybody else just to trap it. I'm pretty sure this damage I'm pretty sure this is not Assault Vest, so that was more reason to just go into Magna Zone and click Volt Switch. So I mean, we go just back into Mage. He ends up clicking Volt Switch of his own. He gets a crit, which is fine. I should be at half anyway, right? Like Nature's Madness would have done crazy. He goes into Lando, and this is where ISP might go crazy, right? Because we have Shucka Bear. We're not really worried about this, but he U-turns. Good scout by him because I mean, if he clicked Earthquake, he would have died. So he pretty much scouted this. If he got Rocks up, he would have died as well. So U-turn was his best case scenario. I Ice Beam, get a crit, which is kind of massive. No, not really. I mean, it definitely speeds it up a little bit, right? He Nature's Madness this, and I'm just going to keep Moonlighting. The special attack drop is kind of annoying, but our goal at the end of the day is to just get this Cresselia back to full, and I think we're okay. I end up getting a Calm Mind here just so we're not wasting too many Moonlights. Like, as long as this is relatively healthy, we're okay. And he goes into Zam now, and I wonder if okay, I do stay in here just to like try and catch it. I think I make a misplay here though. Okay, so I Calm Mind. So he encores me, which is completely fine, right? Because if he encores me, I still have Z move, which completely nullifies the effect of encore. So I kind of make a misplay here, I think. And I clicked the Z too early. I think this was way too early because I could have just kept setting up Calm Minds. And if I Calm Mind again, like if I kept Calm Minding, this shit isn't touching me. No, nothing is touching me. I can just click the Z move and then kill it. And I'm pretty sure I win the game from there. So misplay by my end. But overall, getting the damage on Alakazam is really good regardless, I'd say. Like, actually, like, super good. I mean, like, Encore usually never has Recover. And since it has HP Ice, HP Fire, whatever it is, I mean, we're in business, right? Like, Zam is at 27%. We're in a completely fine spot regardless. And he reveals Signal Beam, which is pretty interesting because that basically means that this set doesn't have Focus Blast. So it's kind of like a no miss kind of set. Like, you don't want to run Focus Blast, kind of just Signal Beam. And I'm pretty sure it's also for Hoopa. I was kind of spamming Hoopa maybe on ladder. Maybe that's why he brought it. But it's also kind of good for this team because Hoopa kind of like bones this. But Hoopa's super rare, so yeah. I just end up clicking Ice Beam because it's super free. And now we can go back into Crest. We wasted a lot of recovers on this, but it's completely fine because we've kind of put ourselves in a position where we're just using his Cresselia to like beat this Lele at this point. There's nothing else we need it for. And as long as we trade for this Mon, then we're like in a pretty good spot regardless. And we keep like the mage healthy for the other guys. We're completely fine. So I think I end up just Moonlighting here. He's gonna spam Moonblast, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, I Psyshock here because I take one more. And then it puts it in KO range, and then yeah, we end up winning the trade here because I think I Moonlight. Oh no, I just Psyshock again to trade, and I believe I saved the last Moonlight just in case he like switches in Mage or something, and he does switch in Mage, so this is a free Moonlight. I wonder if he clicks what T-Wave Pain Split. Yeah, he clicks Pain Split, which is fine because I'm just gonna start CMing here. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I just click Psyshock. Yeah. I can't CM actually, because if I CM and then he volts encores me with Zam, it's pretty bad. So he goes Lando. I think he gets them up here, but we're defog Lando, so we can actually like threaten this pretty well. I think we're also HP Ice, are we? Yeah, we're HP Ice, Iapapa, defog. So we kind of counter this Lando unless it has HP Ice of its own, which is pretty fire. Alright. Yeah. He's going to click Psyshock, which does nothing because we're max defense, which basically Psyshock kind of like does nothing in that way. He should have probably just clicked Moonblast, I guess. But either way, we have Iapapa, so we're not really that worried. We don't have U-turn, so we can't really U-turn out here. I just go hard into Mage because if he Z-Clanks, which is like kind of unlikely because we have two fairies in the field, that's fine. If he Z-Clangs, then I catch that. If he DDs and clicks Earthquake, then I also cover that by just chewing it with Shucka and maybe just clicking Ice Beam back. and then revenge killing it later with like Altaria or Tapu Lele. Like I said, Tapu Lele is max HP, so unless it's like Poison Z, then this actually isn't killing. So, but he just clicks Ice Punch trying to get the Lando kill like off rip, which is like valid for him because he needs a Lando dead in order to win. I'm pretty sure. And then Kartana gets opened up. Kamo actually does get opened up pretty well if the Intimidate is gone, because if I have the Intimidate, I don't think he can win the game for sure. I know I'm clicking Pain Split here in case he clicks Earthquake. Kind of like covering a mid ground. But, I mean, you can probably just click Ice Beam here regardless. So I Volt Switch. I'm pretty sure the zone. No, Crest. Yeah. Crest because, I mean, this is dead regardless, and I kind of just want damage, like I said. HP Fighting here in case he goes something random like Kartana into Psyshock, which would, I'm pretty sure HP Fighting does like a hella load. But he ends up killing me here, which is fine. But the reason why I also click HP Fighting here is Psyshock actually does the same as HP Fighting in this situation. So it covers, not only does it cover both mid grounds, but it puts it in range of Magnezone. As we saw, the Volt Switch, I'm pretty sure, killed or did enough from the last time this did this situation. So we get a guaranteed kill here, which is perfect. Into Volt Switch into whatever we want. And I pick Mage because, I mean, Mage kind of covers everything. And he's just going to click Psychic. I'm pretty sure this is HP Ice since he's not clicking HP Fire. Pretty funny. And I click Volt Switch. The crit didn't matter here. Mostly because, I mean, it didn't matter. It didn't matter at all. I mean, Volt Switch did enough. But Volt Switch is super free. Like I said, we saw the Shucka Berry, which is neat. And then we go into Tapu Lele. And, I mean, Tapu Lele just to set up the terrain because we kind of cook with it. But every time he goes into Kartana, we're just going to go into Lando just to get the Intimidate off. If they ever click Stealth Rocks, we're going to trade with HP Ice first. And then we're going to click Fog. Because, yeah, like, the knock is fine. Taking this knock is fine. But as long as we Fog, he's never going to get them up, like, in a good way. Because now he can get them up, right? Like, it's kind of inevitable since he has more rocks than we do have Defog. But if we just go hard into Altaria right now, like the rocks don't fucking matter at all. Like, this shit doesn't matter. So we just hard into Altaria, the GOAT himself, and we start setting up, honestly, because what does he do? We're not going to Mega in this turn first because, shit, why did I do that? Oh, I know why. Because if I Mega into, like, Earthquake, that would be, like, the worst case, I think. But he's just going to U-turn. We don't have a reason to Mega here, basically. We have a reason to Mega on the other turns. But not only that, if we keep this base form, then Smart Strike also isn't in range, so that's also nice. So we don't need a Mega here, because if he U-turns on a cart, then yeah, it's kind of like a little bit of mind games. But right here, I just Mega in Frustration, mostly because it's free. I don't really need to, like, do anything silly or anything like that. He sacks his Lando, which is exactly what I expected. And now we're in a really good spot because they can just win the game. If this is Smart Strike and he locks himself into Smart Strike, he is in a really bad spot, in my opinion. Reason why is because I have Magnezone, right? Magnezone is 4 times resistant to Smart Strike. And if he locks himself into it, then I'm just going to Revenge Kill it. Or just click Thunder Wave on it, which is even better. And then, yeah. This is super bad for him. So his only play is honestly to click Leaf Blade. And I kind of call that. And, yeah. I end up getting the Roost off. He can't do anything about it. Like, I'm just going to click Dragon Dance again. And now I'm at +2. I'm pretty sure I outspeed this. So, Frustration. And I end up just... Oh, I think I expected to outspeed there, but it doesn't really matter since he doesn't have the Smart Strike. It reveals. Because otherwise he'd have clicked it there, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he clicks it there if he had it. But, yeah. I mean, game ends here. Mega Altaria, the GOAT. This is basically, like I said, this is the matchup that we wanted. And I'm pretty happy with that. This was week 1 of SPL. And, yeah, pretty fun cook that I had that day, that week. Pretty happy about that. And the next game showcases Gen 7 again, and it's going to be week 2 of SPL. And I kind of have a team Empo made popular in Masters Finals, except I have something over, like, I think he had Pex over Mage, and I just put the Shucka Mage back on the team, mostly because I really like the set. Like, this set is really, really nice. I was really messing with it back then, and I didn't even reveal the Shucka in the last game, so I was like, yo, can I just bring this shit again? You're gonna see a couple like crazy things here, like Ground Z Excadrill is really nice. I think that was like one of my favorite lures, because Ground Z kind of, if they have like grassy terrain, for example, and you click Ground Z, completely nullifies a Grassium effect, and you kind of just nuke something. Yeah, I actually really like it. But the biggest set I want to showcase here is this Tyranitar. Let's see if I can zoom out and show y'all. I don't know if it'll... No, I can't. Well, the Tyranitar is Dragon Dance. You can see Dragon Dance sub, Stone Edge, Fire Punch. Which is pretty funny because I end up getting the matchup that I want with this set, right? This is kind of like a lead-off Dragon Dance, break some breakers, and then go crazy. This is actually the first time DD sub was used in a tournament, I believe. Nobody has really used like sub DD before this, and I like this set a lot, mostly because it covers a lot of things. It covers like stall, for example. It covers like a lot, man. Like Toxapex, if it tries to lead off and clicks like Toxic on you, then you literally just sub on its face. You eat the Scald with Substitute, and then you just keep setting up. It's kind of crazy. I mean, they can haze, but like they're not winning the outcome, I believe, because they're forced to recover at some point. But anyways, this is the matchup that I actually wanted to, because I kind of expected something like this, like some kind of like Crest balance, Zardex, some type of balance to try and like overwhelm me. And honestly, he does have the matchup. Like, just like in hindsight, he kind of does have the matchup with, if he plays it right with ST Gliscor, Zardex overwhelms like my Greninja, for example, or like Tyranitar dies, then yeah, Zardex kind of clicks on everything. It's also T-Wave Clef with knockoff, which is also really freaking good here, because you knock off the Ferrothorn, knock off or T-Wave the Pex, you're making progress no matter what. So let's get on with it. Turn one. It's the sequence that I just talked about. Dragon Dance, or sorry, not Dragon Dance. Mega sub. He clicks Scald, which is his best case scenario, honestly, because if he clicked Toxic, then I would have lived 2 under the sub. And boom, I'm pretty sure we get to work from here. I mean, we click Stone Edge. We click Stone Edge first, because if we click Dragon Dance on a haze, it's pretty bad. You click Scald again, and then what do I do here? Do I click Dragon Dance? I'm pretty sure I click Dragon Dance. Yeah. I click No, okay, sorry. I click Sub. The HP IVs should be different here, because I'm taking 50 instead of 51. But we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. He's going to click U-turn here, which doesn't even break this up, which is massive for me, because now I'm under sub with the Dragon Dance up, which is crazy, crazy. So I'm going to click Stone Edge here, I believe, which does 64, which is amazing. He's going to click Haze. I know he's not going to stay in, because if he stays in and I just click Stone Edge, he's just dead, right? Like, it's such a bad situation for him. I get the crit here, which is great. But instead of clicking Dragon Dance here, I'm actually going to click Fire Punch, reveal my Fire Punch, because he probably thinks I'm Ice Punch based on how he's playing the Gliscor. If he stays in with Gliscor and I'm Ice Punch, then I kind of just nuke that, and that's like an even better spot for me, because getting to Gliscor dead on turn 2 in SM basically like screams that the game is over. Like, you can't do shit about it. But Fire Punch is specifically for Ferrothorn, specifically for stuff like Scizor, and Fire Punch actually KOs regardless of that crit. So we click it, get that Ferrothorn out the way, and boom. Look at our Greninja. Look at our Excadrill, Magearna. Everything just gets opened up once this Ferrothorn dies. And I'm under sub, which is great. So he's sending Gliscor now, because now he knows that he kind of just balls us. So I'm just going to get a Stone Edge. Does a decent chunk, and I know he's probably just going to Roost or click Earthquake again. So he just clicks Roost. And this is where I just click Clef, because Clef is pretty free at this point. If he clicks Earthquake, I'm just going to soft hold it up. Like, Clef is a pretty good pivot. Yeah, he's just going to click U-turn. I predict that, and I just T-Wave whatever comes in. He ends up sending in the Pex, which is like completely fine. Pretty sure I click Knock here. Do I? Yeah, I click Knock because knocking off the Black Sludge would be nice. Let me see, let me see. This is kind of like a... Pretty sure he tries to like catch me on these at this point, because the combination of Gliscor plus Pex, like just switching in and out on Clefable, is kind of a more losing position for me. So completely fine. Yeah, just gonna click Ice Beam, Volt Switch. Yeah, this is all like pretty okay. I mean, we can speed it up a bit. I said in Drill here, which is a pretty like ballsy move. I expected the recover though. I'm pretty sure he just clicked recover here. If he clicks Scald, then good play on him. But I'm pretty sure he clicked recover here. But on the off chance he does click recover, I would have clicked the Groundium Z in that turn because, well, it's at full, and I'm pretty sure like maybe he wants to take a trade, like an Earthquake. He knows he'll leave like one Earthquake without Groundium Z, so maybe he'll just try and Scald on that turn. So that's my reasoning. But yeah, we'll never know. I click Rocks here actually, which is pretty massive, right? Because getting them up guarantees progress on his team. He probably didn't expect I was Rocks. Actually, maybe he did, since I'm knockoff Moonblast and I'm sub DD at this point. But Rocks on Drill is really nice because you can like, it covers a lot of things that Tar wouldn't be able to rock on. So that was like my main reasoning. And I think, like I said, I think this Tar is just way more of a threat than Excadrill is in Sand. So with that being said, he's going to get his Mega off, get his Flare Blitz. This is actually kind of a rough position for me because I don't have anything to switch into this. I think I have to sack something, no? What do I do? Okay, so I just sacked the Tyranitar. Yeah. I got a Tyranitar to get the Sand up for the last time because I don't want to sack the Clef off rip. I think the Clef actually does like work if I keep it alive. So, send it in Drill. And I click Rapid Spin like a boss. No Earthquake because he's not staying in on an Earthquake. That would be crazy, dude. Too crazy, too crazy. Hard Clefable because I thought he would like do something like U-turn or something like that. But he ends up catching me, which is fine. And I didn't think he'd Earthquake when I have Celesteela on the field. But he makes those mid-grounds. I send in Magearna because in case he does U-turn, I'm just trying to cover the U-turn at this point because I don't want Zard to do any... Or sorry, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to cover a lot of things. I mean, this is free because I have Shuckle Berry. But now he's going to U-turn because he knows that if I click Ice Beam and I live the next Earthquake, then I'm just going to, you know, kill this. But this Mage actually clicks a lot of buttons this game, which is really nice. He's going to reveal Calm Mind, so I'm going to go into Excadrill, I believe, or Gren. Okay, it is Gren. And I realize at this point, if this is actually Moonblast, I might be chopped. Like, I can't really do anything about Moonblast. Other than, you know, flinch it with Excadrill. But, or, you know, go into Celesteela and click Leech Seed. But I send it in here because I figure Dark Pulse flinch odds, or like the thought of Dark Pulse flinch odds, stuff like that would force him out, which would be nice for me. And it doesn't actually force him out. So I kind of get that play wrong. You're going to get another CM up, which is fine. So I'm just going to do it now. And he reveals Ice Beam, which is 31, which is a hefty chunk. So I kind of have to get some flinches here. But he ends up just switching out. I guess not, you know, he doesn't want to risk that. It's too early, probably, in his opinion, to, like, risk that kind of stuff. So, yeah, this is a free drill, no matter what, because he's always just going to click Roost. Roost... Plus, the fact that he has no other Z move, this insinuates it's a CM, Z, like, Fairy, and I know that, so that's something to keep in mind. Let's see, what else happens? Oh, he catches me here. This is a pretty bad play by me, I'd say. This is pretty bad, because getting the Greninja low means that I'm just, like, putting it on a timer, right? Like, it should be a little bit more healthier than this, because now Cresselia can actually just click Ice Beam after Calm Minding and kill me. That's pretty bad for me. But he catches me there. That's fine. I'm just going to go Steela. He goes Pex. Clefable. I'm just going to go Clef now because I'm pretty sure I eat a Scald. And I'm going to eat whatever comes in the next turn here. Because if it's Psyshock, I eat. If it's Psychic, I'm pretty sure I eat. So it's a free soft-boiled. So I get my Clef back healthy, which is massive. Because this is something that I really want to switch in a lot. He's going to get them off, which is fine. Fine for him. This end up going to be like a war where like I'm just going to click Ice Beam a bunch of times. Hopefully I freeze this. But yeah, I'm just going to get them up now. He's going to click Ice Beam here. The reason why is I'm pretty sure he knows that I'm Z-move. And getting Chip on this would mean a lot for the Coco. Because if it gets +1 on a Z Gleam, maybe it ends up killing or something like that. So he's just going to get his chip, which is completely fine. But this Clef actually forces this Cresselia out now, which is really, really nice. Reason why is because if I click Thunder Wave and knock on this Crest, we are essentially just chipping it down to the point where it can't sweep anymore. And then we can just send in Celesteela and then just spam Leech Seed. That's really nice. I double here into Magearna because his goal at this point is to just get them off. That's like his biggest thing here. He just needs to get them off. He's just gonna U-turn. He goes into Pex. Okay, so I just click Ice Beam here, which is completely fine. Volt Switch. Yeah, this is all like kind of like momentum plays. So I'm just gonna double back into gear because every time I send in Clef, it might insinuate him to go Gliscor. And like I said, I want to cover every single switch he has to Gliscor because I want to keep them up as much as possible. That's how I make progress this game, and that's how I'm gonna win this game. I click Ice Beam expecting him to switch into Crest, but he doesn't end up doing that. But even if this happens, I kind of wall this like for life, so I don't really care about this. And I'm just gonna Volt Switch into Clef, and yeah, it's just this is just gonna keep happening, I'm pretty sure. Because every time I send in Mage, yeah, like I said, Gliscor can't do anything. Because I live the Earthquake, I'm just gonna spam Ice Beam. Now I send in Drill here, expecting to recover. And this is where it kind of gets crazy. Because... oh, no, not yet, not yet. Sorry, guys. But he probably thinks I'm Z-Steel at this point. That's the reason why it kind of gets crazy here. But I'm Z-Ground, right? So I'm kind of bluffing it for the Gliscor. And if I'm bluffing it with Rocks on the field and with Gliscor on the field, then you can't safely send that in too, like, crazy. Like, he kind of has to get my Z out of the picture, which is nice. I'm just going to click Size Shock. Yeah, I'm just going to click Volt Switch. This is fine. Like, all this is fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna click Volt Switch again. Like, this is all just a big nothing, I think. Let's see. Like, every time he sends in pegs, I'm just gonna make the same different doubles. For some reason, he goes into Zard here, though, which is wild. I don't really get the Zard switch here. Kind of put him in a bad spot, because now Zard is basically dead with the hazards up. And now I get a free Greninja switch, meaning that Dark Pulse is, like, the most insanely free, like, move of all time here. Because I can just click Dark Pulse. He's going to scout with Pex, obviously, right? But I'm going to predict him going to Coco here because that's his only play. He can't let me get the Ashburn up. And now I have a free switch into Drill. He's going to go Cresselia. And I'm just going to spam Iron Head, I'm pretty sure. No, I double back to Greninja like a boss. And now I get another free Dark Pulse, which forces more damage on this Pex. Meaning the regen is just going to, like, slowly fuck it up. Coco is going to be sent in back. But I still have the Drill, and now this is where I click Iron Head, which does 35, which is huge. Meaning that if I click Z move here, this shit dies. So I know this. Well, I mean, sorry, I'm ground Z, right? But if I had Steel Z, the shit dies. And there's no way this guy is expecting Z ground. There's no chance this guy is expecting Z ground. So I predict that. If honestly, I probably should have just clicked Earthquake again if I predicted that. But it's completely fine regardless because I'm just going to spam Iron Head. This thing's paralyzed. I don't really care. Like, I'm just going to spam Iron Head. He's making all these plays thinking that I'm Z-Steel and trying to, like, catch the Z-Steel, but this is completely fine for me, guys. Like, I'm just going to spam Iron Head super hard. Like, this doesn't even threaten me. I mean, honestly, if he gets the Ice Beam chip on me here, then maybe I am kind of threatened by Coco. That's, like, his biggest out here. So maybe this was a misplay, but I end up getting a flinch. So with that being said, I just go back into Clef because it's completely free. But now I have the initiative, right? Like, I have the momentum, and I can keep it on my side. If I just, you know, I can always just hard into Magearna here, or I can make a boss play and go into Gren. But I go Moonblast here, but it's like whatever. Because now I can go Mage now, right? Like, I don't really care. I'm going to Pain Split here just to get in a decent range. He's going to click T-Spikes, which will be annoying for Greninja, which means I can't send it in now. And I send it into a Scald, which is super risky. Jesus, why did I do that? But, okay, yeah, here's where I cover the Gliscor again. I do not want him to get him off. This is, like, my biggest goal here. So I'm pretty sure I just click Ice Beam, hope for a crit. Not a crit, a freeze. Pain Split here because I kind of wall this now with Clef. This was only a problem if Clef was like relatively not healthy. And this is not really a problem anymore now since Clef kind of just like walls it. Goes back into Gliscor, but I think I know that. Okay, no, I end up just going into Clef here. But hard Mage, because if he Earthquakes twice, then he's not getting them off, which is better for me. But he has the Roost here, I'm pretty sure, because he's at 50 and it's Gliscor. He doesn't want it like completely dead. I'm just gonna spam Ice Beam again, and this is a free Volt Switch. Oh no, I click Ice Beam again because this only has 3 Moonlights, and I'm kind of just stalling it out at this point. And now I'm pretty sure I go into Drill, right? Drill and Spin. Oh no, I go back into Clef. Like Clef just completely walls this. But every time I do this, I'm just gonna go back into Mage, right? Yeah. Free Volt Switch, and I'm pretty sure I end up critting here, which like speeds up the game like by an insane amount. So now I'm like in an insanely good spot here. He's going to go into Coco, which is fine. I'm going to go hard into Drill because if he Calm Minds here, I will live the Z Fairy on the next turn. Pretty sure I calc that. So I'm like in a pretty risk-free position. He clicks Earthquake there. That's fine. He clicks Earthquake again. That's okay. Like I said, we're kind of in a pretty massive spot here. And I live the next Earthquake, so I'm just going to soft hold it up. He clicks Gleam here, expecting me to switch out into Drill, so he gets the what's it called? For me to be into the Z range, which is kind of like his only play, I'd say. But I predict that because he's either roosting or clicking a move. I don't think he clicks Calm Mind here. Any video he does click Calm Mind, he'll roost the next turn, so it'll be the same position as before. I'm just going to Moonblast here. Actually does 47. And we don't need to actually spam Soft World at this range because he's forced to roost here no matter what. And we can just spam Moonblast and just waste a bunch of PP, waste a bunch of his stuff. So winning position for us. Now his Coco's at 8. Goes to Gliscor. I think this is where he decides to Fog, but I know that I'm always just gonna hard Mage. It's crazy, right? Hard Mage on a ground type, but like he's never clicking Earthquake here. That's the thing. He ends up clicking Roost here, so now I keep them up, which is great. So now I just spam Ice Beam off the ass. Let's see. Yeah. I'm just going to click Iron Head. I click Spin here, I'm pretty sure, because now Gren gets opened up. He's going to click Ice Beam. Now I'm actually in range of Coco if he ends up getting it, like, revives it with, like, after fogging and then roosting a bunch of times. But at this point, I'm just going to spam Moonblast on it. I don't think it has, like, a position for him to sweep, I'd say. And this is where I end up just, you know, T-Wave, knock off, and now this is completely nullified. Because now I can just go Celesteela, get my Leech Seed off. If he froze there, probably would have been bad. But we can just protect here. Easy money. And now we go Mage, because if he fogs, we're just going to click, like this is free. We're just getting our stuff back pretty damn easily. He's going to click Ice Beam. Or sorry, I'm going to click Ice Beam. What the fuck? He just wanted chip at that point. Since he got them off, his mission is done. Like, he doesn't think I'm going to get them up again. And at this point, he's probably bright. He's going to end up killing me, which is fine. I'm just going to go into Greninja because Water Shuriken forces this out. His Cresselia is 57% paralyzed, so it's all completely free. I can just go into Clef now. If he tries to predict like anything like double or anything, I'm just going to spam Moonblast because, I mean, I think it's just in my favor, right? Spamming these Moonblasts. I can get special attack drops, which is huge. He only has 8 Roost left, and I have 11 Moonblast. Max roll actually does 51, so this is actually a pretty bad spot for him. He's going to sack his Zard to send in Coco back in to get the terrain up. But I'm just going to keep spamming Moonblast on him, like, completely fine. And this is where he tries to sack Cresselia to get, like, even number of, what's it called? Roost and Moonblast. So I'd have 7 Moonblast, he'd have 7 Roost. I predict this, so this is just a free drill. So this prevents everything from everything he does, basically. He gets parried here, which is like, if you click Ice Beam, maybe that sucks, but Yeah, I'm just gonna click Iron Head, and the game's over. I kind of call a lot of these turns, honestly. Like, there's a lot of turns that I kind of just call. Like, the mage turns, setting in a mage on a ground type is kind of unheard of. Unless you're Shukka. Unless you're Shukka Pain Split, then you can actually do this. But that's why I like this mage set a lot. It showcases it this game. I'm really happy about this game because, like I said, I got like almost every turn right, which is nice. So that was the second game, and we're gonna switch to Gen 9 for this one. Oh, did I spoil something? What was that? Did I? Oh shit, my bad, guys. Um, I mean, we'll look at that game anyway. But we're gonna see the Slitherwing Kyurem balance. This is gonna be game 3 of OLT Swiss stage. I'm pretty sure it was like round 3 or something like that. I bring some pretty, I'd say it looks normal at a glance, but I'm actually some wild ass sets, and you'll see later on in this game. But without further ado, let's get right into it because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, this is game 3. I send in Wheezing off rip because, I mean, it covers a lot of things. It covers Slitherwing, it covers Rillaboom, Garg, because neutralizing gas is just like a broken ass move. Can't really stop it. Tinglu's always free here, so I think I'm just gonna get them up. Oh, I just Ruination. Ruination's super free too, because I get free damage on whatever it comes in, and getting it on Kyurem is really nice. Clicks Icicle Spear, so kind of confirms that it's loaded dice. He ends up getting 4 hits with a crit, which is fine. But getting the damage on this is super massive, especially for the team that I have, right? Because, I mean, this set kind of just destroys me. But I'm going to go Crown on the Icicle Spirit, yeah. He goes into Iron Treads. I'm pretty sure I'm Assault Vest. I don't know. Am I? Yeah, I am. And he clicks a knockoff on me. This is a bad play. This is a bad play by my end. Don't try this at home because I probably should have just switched out, but I clicked Tachyon trying, like, expecting him to like stay in or whatever, or no, sorry, like click rocks or something, but he catches me, gets a knockoff, which is pretty freaking bad on my end. He gets a knockoff on Overpawn too, which kind of sucks, but I'm pretty sure I just click knockoff myself here, and I get the boots off on this, which is like fine if I get them up. Zap and U-turn, I get the static first, which is great. He's gonna go into Garg though, but every time he goes into Garg, I'm just gonna go into Wheezing because I have Pain Split, and this actively threatens it out. So it's a free Wisp, or it's a free Fog, and I end up fogging. Here I reveal I'm Strange Steam, which is kind of unheard of at this point. You kind of only see like Sludge Bomb and stuff like that, but I actually really like that set because, I don't know, like, it hits like fighting types. First of all, it hits Pult, it hits a lot of funny things, but you'll see later in the game why I have this, and you'll see this does a lot. This shouldn't do that much, right? I mean, Slitherwing's pretty fat, but it does 59. He doesn't expect that. He's like, yo, what the hell just happened to me? But yeah, he doubles the Kyurem on my Tinglu, expecting me to do that on the Zapdos, which is fair play by him. I get caught, so I'm forced to sack something, which is whatever, right? Pretty sure I go into Pult. Yeah, I go into Pult, and then I U-turn, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I don't think he goes hard into Zapdos. I think that's kind of like a wild play. I'm kind of like calling him out. I'm calling him out at this point of the game because he is, what's the word? This entire series he's been playing like kind of the same. So I like the whole time I was kind of just like trying to call him out on a couple plays. So that's basically why. If he Morning Sun's here, I just go Wheezing, but he ends up U-turning into Kyurem, which is like a fair play, like I said. But at this point, I'm just gonna click Strange Steam because I don't really care. Like, I will just take the trade. It doesn't matter to me. So I call him out on this turn because he did the same play last time. I was like, yo, he's gonna make the same double this time, and I'm just gonna be forced to sack another Mon. That shit would be annoying, right? I'm just gonna stay in. Screw it. I don't really care. And it ends up working in my favor because now I can just go Tinglu for free. And I think he clicks Hurricane. Yeah, he's gonna click Hurricane because he actually does beat me regardless if he lands them, but he has to land them. But he ends up just switching out, which is fine. I get the Ruination over Rocks because if he goes Iron Shreds and just gets them off, pretty sure that's like... actually, maybe I should have just clicked Rocks. But that's fine. Zapdos always a free switch into Rillaboom. This is the biggest threat, honestly, because Salt Cure kind of just like bones my team. It just clicks Salt Cure on everything. I don't really have any longevity besides Weezing, like I said. So, but anyway, this forces the Garg out every single time because, I mean, Will-O-Wisp, he doesn't want to take the Will-O-Wisp. So I know that. I probably should have clicked Strange Theme there, honestly. Because now he's probably going to try to make a mid-ground to Treads, right? Yeah, he makes a mid-ground to Treads, and he catches me. And, man, I'm taking all these Salt Cure turns. Man, this is so annoying. So annoying. Hurts himself in Confusion, but I don't think that matters in the long run. This was going to kill something regardless, I feel like. Oh. Actually, no, because now we get First Impression. But he predicts that in U-turns. Fair play by him. This is a really, like, crazy game. This is why I wanted to showcase it, to be honest, guys. Salt Cure. Yeah. But this is all, like, completely fine. I'm going to predict the Protect here, I think. So I hard switch into Ogerpon on the Protect, yeah. And then I end up getting a kill here. I'm pretty sure with SD. No, I double back to Weezing. Okay. But he ends up protecting again. But now I'm going to threaten it with Wisp, I think. So I think he's going to, like, switch out. Yeah, so he does end up switching out. But he switches out into Zapdos, which is not exactly what I wanted. I'm just going to go back into Tinglu. Here's where I should probably just get them up, right? Pretty sure I should. But I'm not. I'm not getting them up. I'm also U-turn, so I'm not Volt Switch on this. So I think he clicks Hurricane again. No, he just freezes. Okay. Now I get them up. Okay, okay. Perfect, perfect. That's good. Because now I can go to Zapdos. He's going to click Knock, which is fine. He stays in here. It's like a pretty high stakes game 3. So like I said, I'm calling him out. He's calling me out. Like there's a lot of like crazy plays. But I'm going to go hard into Bolt because if because I assume he U-turn there, right? Expecting me to switch out. So if I U-turn into like Weezing or something, for example, pretty bad spot for me because he can just hard into Treads and get them off. This forces him to Garg at the very least, which is like I'm completely fine with because at least I have like I have a mid ground. This is actually really good too. I get Grassy Terrain healing. I expect him to Rocks here because this is why, because my boots are knocked on Zapdos, which is really, really big for him, I'd say. Okay, so I'm just gonna click Wisp. But here's where I fog because I definitely don't want to play with the Rocks up at that point. I mean, his spot is really good. I have to make some plays to win this, guys. You'll see. You'll see. I'm gonna click Hurricane here. I'm surprised you're not clicking Hurricane more because if Tinglu dies, then I'm kind of in a shit spot. But I predicted double on Rillaboom. I get the Roost off. He predicts me to Roost. He's gonna click U-turn, and he's calling me. He's calling me, guys. He's doing some crazy plays. It's like fair play by him. Go back into Weezing in case he clicks Rocks, but he doesn't. He clicks Salt Cure, which I'm completely fine with because on this turn, there's a Grassy Terrain still up. I still have an Ogerpon alive. I'm pretty sure I go into Ogerpon here on like a Tech. Yeah. Yeah. And I think I click SD. Oh. Oh, I protect on an SD, which is like super choked by him because he can just sack Slitherwing for free. So I catch that, which is nice. And I get a free kill with Ivy Cudgel. If he sent in Zapdos here, I actually KO if I IV'd once into Terra, so it's actually not a play for him. So he's actually forced to sack something because of that, which is really nice. Tinglu. Yeah. This is all completely fine. But I'm kind of like in a pretty stagnant game here because now he's gonna predict my Tinglu switches and now he can just spam Hurricane. But now I can go Zapdos, waste the Hurricanes. I guess he only has 7 left, but now I can just Roost for free. But he's gonna click Volt Switch pretty damn easily. Yeah. And now he goes hard in the guard. And this is where like the position I have to be really, really careful. Like that Salt Cure is pretty bad, right? Like I can't like that's pretty bad, guys. I kind of smell the second Salt Cure coming though, because it's so free for him. Like he doesn't need to click protect in that scenario. Uh it's free. Like, okay, so I predict that. I go into my own Tinglu. I click Earthquake for the damage. I kind of just want damage on this. He gets them up, which is like, okay, I'm in a pretty shit spot now. Let's see what I can do, guys. Right? Let's see what I can cook. Let's see what I can cook. I double into Wheezing on the Zapdos, and we get the Custap Berry Destiny Bond on the Volt Switch. Threat gone. Threat gone. Now, this is an okay spot for us because now our Ogerpon can actually win the game. But we have to get it in a range where it lives a Grassy Glide. And after it rocks, I'm pretty sure we die. So we send in Pult first, right? We send in Pult first. But it's a free U-turn. It's a free U-turn because now we can send in Ogerpon. Get the healing up from Terrain. Terra Grass like a boss. He doesn't have a Terra to click, I think. If this is Terra Water, he definitely doesn't have a Terra to click. And I'm pretty sure it is. He goes back into Rillaboom. And now we're back where we started, 33%. And I'm pretty sure we're just out of range. Oh, wait. Maybe we aren't. Oh, he Terra Grassed. Yeah. I predicted Terra Grass. And this is where I U-turn, I think, on the Garg. And we're back in the same spot. Oh, this is good. This is good, guys. This is good. Because it resets the grassy terrain. Because he can't, like... This is a play where he can't hard switch the Rillaboom in, basically. Because the grassy terrain will end. And he doesn't have the priority to kill me anymore. That was basically the reasoning. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I went back. All the way back. I'm so sorry, guys. We go back. What did I just do? Alright, we're back. Okay. So because of that play, we end up getting to 39. Because he can't sack the Garg off rip or he just loses the game. He's forced to make a switch here. But I'm just out of Grassy Glide range, which puts us in the position to win the game. He can't click protect. We're just going to encore him, and that completely seals it. Completely done deal. And that was one of my favorite endings to a game. If I didn't get that Destiny Bond off, I would have fucking lost. But you don't see that every day, don't you? You don't ever see Destiny Bond cuss that berry on a Weezing. Usually you'll see like Pain Slit or something crazy. I was actually max special attack Weezing, which is pretty funny. That's why I wanted to showcase this game. And it ended up mattering in a game 3 situation on a structure that I usually like to spam. On a structure that I like, a tried and true core that I love to spam. So yeah, that is one of my favorite like SV games for sure. Really glad I got to showcase that. But yeah, let me pause this real quick, guys. Get some water, and I'll be back for these other ones. All right. And these next couple games are going to be a bit faster because I mean this one only lasted like 20 something turns, and the next game is only like what, like 30 something. Well, it might be more than that, but it ends pretty fast because he forfeits. But this is going to be another OLT set that I had. OLT, if you don't know, it's official ladder tournament. One of the greatest tournaments on like one of these showdown tournaments for sure. One of my favorite personally. This is actually the first time I qualified for this, so I was really happy to qualify, obviously. I mean, let's see. This is one of my favorite teams as well that I brought because, I mean, it has some pretty crazy shenanigans. I didn't reveal it this game, but I was Mental Herb Garg with Terra Blast Flying and Curse, which basically, if you don't know, Mental Herb sets up on like Encore and stuff like that. So I was really excited showing that off, but it actually doesn't do much in this game unless I kill Kyurem. If I kill Kyurem though, it goes pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But let's get right into it. He leads Ogerpon. I lead Cinderace. Free ass U-turn. I'm pretty sure I'm Blaze, so I don't really care about like if I Libero, U-turn, and then get burned. I don't like that's not happening. I go into Lando here, threatening this out because he probably, the way I sent it in, he probably thought I was Stone Edge, and if he sent Lando Stonage in on Moltres, I would have just died. So, or he would have just died. So I predict that and get the free U-turn off on the Kyurem back into Ace. Click Pyro Ball because, like I said, if this dies, then our Garg actually does have a chance, which is funny. Clicks Earth Power. He gets the crit, which is massive because I'm pretty sure I am max HP, unless I'm not. But I don't think there's a world where this kills unless it's choice specs. So this definitely mattered. And you'll see on this next turn, I go Rillaboom, and I actually outspeed the next turn, which means this is probably just Assault Vest, meaning probably didn't have enough to kill me with Earth Power. So that crit kind of sucked. But I go into Landers, he goes into Ogre. This is fine because I can go into Zamazenta. Watch his tech. Boom. Grassy Seed +2 off rip. Ah, but he gets the crit though. That sucks. But that that tech is pretty fun, right? Like you get the Dauntless boost and then you get the Grassy Seed. You're already +2. I love this. Like I love this kind of set. I don't think you'll ever see it again. I think I'm the only one that's ever gonna bring this. I originally got this set though from Kumiko. In like a Premier League like 3 years ago, I'd say. God, has it been 3 years already? I think it's been 2 years. But I end up killing this for free. He lets me sack it, which is pretty funny. Because Ogre and Kyurem dies, meaning Park looks crazy now. I'm about to tear a fly on his ass and win the game. But we'll see what happens. He's going to click Iron Defense. I'm going to click Body Press. And this is actually where I realized, damn, wait. I actually can't click Terra Flying anymore because at +5, dude, I actually don't beat this. So I'm gonna go into Lando and I'm gonna Terra Ghost, I think. No, I don't Terra Ghost yet because in case he body presses the next turn. But actually, oh, I'm a boss. I predict this and I predict the rest and I click Earth Power again. But then I'm gonna click Terra Ghost now like a boss because there's no way he's gonna predict that and click Crunch. I'm gonna click Body Press, or he's gonna click Body Press, click Earth Power. He's gonna click Crunch and die, which is like exactly what I expected. I'm gonna get them up. I'm gonna get them up. I'm gonna taunt this, like no setup for you, completely free. So at this point, we actually don't need the Terra on Garg. Now we can just go Garg. Oh no, we go Rilla first. I go Rilla first to get the terrain up for Garg to set up and win. Now I understand. Yeah. Because now Earthquake is going to do 0, and now we can just click, spam Curse out the ass. Right? Yeah. This end up going to go crazy. He knocks off my Mental Herb. He's probably thinking, what the hell is that? What the hell did I just run into? But I'm going to Curse a bunch of times. He can't roar me out. I'm going to Soul Cure and kill it. He had the Terra there in order to roar me out, but he's going to go D-Knight. The only way this beats me is if it was a Covert Cloak. Either way, I don't think that beats me. Because I'm at +3 and Stalker is probably going to do a hefty chunk. Like, let's see, how much does this do? Oh, I just curse. Yeah, I did 44, so there's no way this shit was killing me anyway. Unless he crits. And he gets the crit! But that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at this point. Don't worry, guys. Because I'm just going to glide twice and the game's over. So, yeah. That was one of my favorite, like, one-off teams that I made. Because obviously, I don't think this team is going to work again. Maybe it can. Because I didn't reveal the crown set. The crown set is also kind of beast mode. It's like Iron Defense, Calm Mind, Focus Blast, Terra Electric. Pretty funny set. But yeah, this is like an example of like a one-off team, quote unquote, where you probably won't see this kind of team ever again. But it's definitely something that I enjoyed cooking. So that was a pretty short and sweet game. I ended up winning this series, but I ended up fighting TDNT, and then like the playoffs of this ended up getting knocked out. Mostly because I mean that series was pretty hacksy. Like I really did not get good luck in that situation, but overall I had a really fun time in these tournaments. So let's showcase the next one, which is the Smogon tournament. Of the shit, I forgot what number it is, but this is like the 5th one I've qualified for, and I get 3D round 1. You guys might know him. You should know him. He's one of my good friends. He's yeah, I mean, what can I say? This man bought some pretty aid stall. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I did too at a glance, right? But I wanted to showcase this game because you're not really gonna see these techs anywhere else. Only I can do this. I mean, this is pretty obvious. He's just gonna lead Sableye on Sableye, and at this point, all that's gonna happen is we're just gonna spam knock on each other, and force recovers. But I get the second knock off, try and get an initiative on that. Click protect on the knock. You know, I'm trying to as best as I can to preserve these recovers more than he is, because he's already used one and I haven't used any at all. Now I click recover, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Like, the whole point of this 1v1 is trying to get a good position where you can switch out. But I have Scarf Magearna in the back, so even if I switch out eventually, I don't care about this getting knocked. Especially against Stall, because we really do not care. We really do not care about getting knocked anymore. This is actually better for us since we outspeed everything on his team. So, really grateful for the knockoff. Oh, I just spilled water. No! Okay, it didn't land anywhere. What just happened? I go Magearna on Volt Switch into Sableye, so now we're forcing it out with the knockoff. He's gonna go back into Sableye. Predict that I go back into my own Magearna. So we're making progress in this way. We're kind of just chipping it out. He can't go hard into Quagsire. That's the thing. Because if I'm Energy Ball, he kind of just dies. I end up getting them up. Mold Breaker, Stealth Rocks against anti-removal is Sableye. Dude, this shit goes crazy. Like, he's forced to get them off every single time. So this matchup is amazing for me, and you'll see later on why it's amazing. Like, even more amazing. You'll see. Get the Volt Switch off. Sableye, like, yeah. He's gonna try and get them up. Try and make some boss plays. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna click... Oh, I double into gear. I thought I'd click knock. Because now, with this double, he actually can't recover this, and now it's at 59. Predict everything. I Volt Switch into Sableye. And then I knock here. It's fine if he recovers now, because he was at a pretty low range. And he's still at, like, a decent range to where if he sensed, like, this in on Drill, for example, then Earthquake will just 2-hit KO. But that was my main goal. As long as that happens, then that's fine. We're going to spam Volt Switch a bunch of times. Into D-Knight here. Reason why is because I wanted to bait out that fact that I'm Z-move. I'm not, by the way. Bait out the fact that I'm Z-move so he switches out. So I go into Zapdos here, expecting him to switch out, respecting the Z-move, but he ends up clicking Softball, which is fair play on him. Fair play. So that's fine. I just go back into Sableye on the rocks. He's never going to get them up. I think he ends up making some boss calls, though. Yeah, he makes a boss call right here, which is, like, fine, because now I can just go into Drill. Oh, no, I just go into Sableye. I go into Mage, spam Flurry here, I'm pretty sure. No, I Volt Switch. I click Earthquake here, expecting him to go Sableye, because it's at 70. Like I said, he can't take 2 Earthquakes. Click Iron Head here, get the flinch, which is massive for me, because now he's forced to switch out, and I can just get the... Oh, I just Iron Head again, yeah. But now I can just spin for free, I think? No. Okay, I see what I'm doing. I click Earthquake, expecting him to go hard Sableye, trying to, like, stop me from clicking spin. But I realize he's not going to do this anymore, so I'm just going to get them off. But that was, like, me trying to, like, catch his plays. He clicks Whirlwind, gets my Mage, which is, like, the worst case scenario for him. So now I'm just going to click Volt Switch again. I think I go back into Drill, forces out, and I think I make a double, or I click Earthquake again. No, I'm pretty sure I double here. No, I don't. I lied, guys. I lied. But now there's a free Zapdos. He can fog all he wants. I'm about to show you guys the craziest tech of all time. He goes into Sableye. T-Bolt does 47. So now he's already assuming, oh shit, this is offensive. This is probably Z-move, to be honest, if he's Thunderbolt, right? Because I didn't reveal the Z on D-Knight yet, but I definitely would have clicked in on the Chansey if I was on that one turn. So, without further ado, he's going to go into Quagsire. Probably thinks he's fine. Let's unveil it. Boom. HP Grass actually does 99. Fun fact, that is literally the min roll. This is like a 98% chance to KO, and I get the freaking 2%, which kind of like spoils the fun, but we just kill it the next turn anyway. It doesn't really matter. The HP Grass right here. Kill it. He goes into Chansey. Boom. Reveal the Z Electric. And at this point, he has nothing for Zapdos, so he just forfeits and ends the game. that is easily one of my favorite cooks for Sun and Moon. Shout out to the GOAT, Van Gay, for helping me with this team, or helping me pick this team. This is his creation. Man, that was like easily one of my favorite games. This type of structure is pretty popular on like stuff like, I want to say, there's like this team called Boss Knight, and it's kind of like the same, except this is like a bit more offensive. That team is a little bit more stall. Like it has Seismitoad and Chansey, shit like that. So that's why I like this team. I don't like stall teams that like are like super stally. I like stall teams that like create pressure like 24/7, and this is like, you know, this is one of those examples. The D Knight was actually just like, I'm pretty sure it was sub Dragon Dance, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just Roost Dragon Dance because I have Heal Bell. I'm pretty sure it was just Roost Dragon Dance. But yeah, this is easily one of my favorite teams I brought in the tournament this year. Sorry, not this year. Last year. Welcome to 2026, baby. Yeah. I mean, cooked, right? And so for the last set that I wanted to show you guys, it's a full-on set. It's going to be Generation 3. This set actually qualified me for the Smogon Classic, which is Generation 1 through 5. Qualified me for the playoffs, which is I was really happy about, because I'm not known for playing Gens 1 through 5, obviously. I'm a Gen 7, Gen 9 player. I'm a Fairy Gen player. So for me to qualify for this truly shows Mons is Mons, and you can put anything that you put your mind to. And I get the toughest opponent yet in this bracket. I'm pretty sure it's round 5, like top 32 of 80 or Gen 3 ADV Cup. It's SOULWInd, one of like the ghosts of Smogon. He has like what, like 4 trophies, 4 individual trophies, and he has like what, like 3 or 4 team tournament trophy. He's stacked, dude. He's stacked. This is a real player. So I mean, let's get right into it. Let me remember like what happens too, because honestly, kind of a blur. Zapdos into T-Tar lead, obviously bad for me, right? But I can just hard at the Suicune on the Ice Beam. So Ice Beam usually means it's not like Rock Slide. It's usually like Ice Beam, HP Grass. Like it's usually some kind of mix set. I mean, it could be Rock Slide still, but he click Ice Beam, so I don't think he is. I forces out. I know this, so I just click Calm Mind, get the initiative real quick. I'm pretty sure I'm Ice Beam, so I threaten this off rip. He clicks Leech Seed, yeah. This is doing a good 66, but forces me out for sure because you can just recover spam. I sent in Zapdos because I think I can sub. Yeah, I sub on the Leech Seed, and now I get a free Baton Pass into whatever I want, which is really nice. And I sent in Dugtrio. So now this is Trap, and I can just HP Bug and try and kill it. My calc at the time said this actually killed, but it actually had more investment. This actually doesn't kill. So I actually end up critting him here, which kind of sucks for him. Depends what his spread was, and it depends if Sand would kill him at the end there. But at the end of the day, crit is a crit. That shit sucks. And he could have killed me back with HP Grass, even if he does die the next turn is Sand. So I'm in a better spot than him at this point because Dugtrio, you know, I have a Dugtrio alive, which is great. He sends in Fortress, reveals a Fortress, ends up getting the spikes. I know this. Like, I know that he's just going to get them up. So my Suicune's like already like at 68 with the spikes up. So I just kind of want to preserve, or not preserve, but I kind of want to get like max utilization on it. I'm sub 2, so if he clicks like Boom or something, I'm just like completely fine with it. And here's where I just click Calm Mind under sub. Like, I'm completely fine with this. And he reveals his own Suicune. And this is where I'm pretty sure he's just going to click Roar, right? I click Ice Beam here just in case he does Roar. And then so, you know, I can try and catch that with a freeze and then just win the game from there. So Gen 3 is all about odds, guys. Like, if you get the freeze there, like, the game basically ends. So it's a lot of things you want to go for in this gen. HP Grass here because it kills, end up killing the Suicune, which is massive. Here, I'm pretty sure I make a pretty bad play. I click... Oh, no, not yet, not yet. HP Grass here, fine. Like, this is what you should do because you're going to get Pursuit trapped anyway. Like I said, we saw that this was special Tar, so this actually isn't, like, threatening us too crazy. But here I make a weird play. I click Explosion instead of HP Grass again. I definitely should have just clicked HP Grass. I don't know what I was expecting. So that was a pretty bad play by me. But I just end up sending in Zapdos again because now that Celebi's dead, now that, you know, Fortress can't really touch me, Zapdos is such a good position here. Like, it kills T-Tar from this position. It kills everything that he has, like, on the field. He reveals Registeel, though. Does 31. Gets the Para. Para's, like, pretty massive, I'd say. This is where I kind of have to think. Because if he sends in Registeel, I send in Celebi. I have to Calm Mind. Yeah. I'm thinking, what do I do here? I'm pretty sure he like forces me out eventually, or I force him out. Okay, I force him out. I'm not Recover, so I would have clicked Recover there if I was, but I'm not. But I have to really think about these turns because now I have Celebi. I could easily sack it, right? Like, I could easily just sack this, but I could also sack the Suicune and keep this as like a free initiative. Because if you don't know how Gen 3 works, if you sack the Celebi like with spikes up, he actually doesn't get to click his move the next turn because like it straight up goes into the next turn. So if he clicks like a move or whatever, like he tries to double switch, it's not gonna like activate basically. So it's actually better sacking Suicune here because Suicune is actually just useless, and keeping the Celebi for, you know, for the sack I was talking about. Is gonna click T-Bolt. Gonna go into Zapdos, and like I said, I mean, look how crazy T-Bolt just clicks into this team. I'm pretty sure a max special attack. If he clicks Ice Punch, it doesn't kill. I'm just gonna KO back with T-Bolt. So he's kind of in a weird spot right here. So he has to switch out into Registeel. I Baton Pass into Dugtrio. Just because I can fish for Paras, and I can also just, you know, I can crit. But either way, if I don't get any of those, I'm still clicking Earthquake, and it's still doing a super hefty chunk, putting it into range of Zapdos. So now Zapdos still goes crazy. Zapdos goes amazing in this. Goes dummy in this matchup because now he's forced to sack T-Tar. He probably has to go Gengar. Yeah, he has to go Gengar, and this is where I sack the Celebi. This is the play I was talking about. We sack Celebi into Jirachi, and I have a pretty crazy set against this team because, I mean, I don't really see what he does. Psychic is super free because if he stays in, that's fine. If he switches out, that's fine too, because I reveal that I'm max HP substitute, meaning that I actually eat anything that comes on the field, and I can just click, you know, I can click Fire Punch next turn. I click Fire Punch over Calm Mind in case he's like Rest or something crazy. I don't think that wins though, but either way, I'm pretty sure I just win. I can just Fire Punch again. He'll click Earthquake, that's fine. At this point, he'll need a freeze and like a crit to kill me. So he'll try for the freeze. I end up killing him with Gengar, and yeah, sorry, I end up killing Gengar, but yeah, that was game one. I'd say that was a pretty well played game by me. Besides, you know, I got pretty lucky with the crits and all. But I don't know, like, if that changed the end game too much, because Jirachi actually looked pretty insane here. Like I said, it's Calm Mind substitute, which kind of like clicks on everything, especially if he sacks T-Tar. So with that being said, that was game one. Let's go to game two. The same exact lead. Pretty funny. But this time I'm not gonna stay in. Well, I didn't stay in the last time, but this time I go into Pert over Suicune, so I reveal I have a Swampert this time. And I'm going to see what he wants to click. So I'm going to double into Heracross, expecting... I don't know what I expected. It just felt like a good double at the time, because, I mean, obviously he's going to switch in, like, a counter to Swampert. So I kind of want to, like, make a play and, you know, do something about it. But I thought he would switch out, because if I SD'd there, maybe it's, like, a bit better situation for me. Maybe I should have just SD'd. Maybe overthinking it a bit. But this is a free sub either way. No. I just clicked T-Bolt. Interesting. You'll see a trend here. I have sub Baton Pass on a lot of these games. Okay, I send in Heracross now. And then I click Mega Horn expecting something. Yeah, maybe I should have just clicked Brick Break. I click SD now though, because the last time he did this, he just clicked Spikes. And now I click Rock Slide, hoping for a flinch. And I do get the flinch, which is pretty fortunate, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And then I get the Brick Break crit. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I'm bad and I'm lucky. But this is actually a threat to his team, apparently, because he's forced to trap me with Dugtrio. So this is a forced trap, which is pretty wild because I guess without doing this, he's kind of boned. Seems like. This also insinuates that he doesn't have a Gengar, so that's something to note. If he had a Gengar, he probably would have just sent it in there. So yeah, that's something to take note of. He clicks Aerial Ace. So like I said, it's a forced Aerial Ace, forced locked into it. I know that. So I take this as a chance to set up with Tyranitar. But he actually ends up revealing Swampert, which is actually not ideal for me. Because, I mean, I can't do anything into Swampert unless I'm like HP Grass, and I'm not. So I go into Zapdos, trying to force it out. Like, he should scout if I'm HP Grass, and I kind of play like I am. Pretty sure I am. And I hard into Metagross on a Seismic Toss. And Metagross is actually okay here. Because if he sends in Swampert and I boom on it, then Tyranitar actually gets opened up a lot. So he's kind of in a pickle here. So we mid-grounds into Zapdos. I kind of don't want to boom myself because I don't think he'll like immediately, I don't think he'll immediately sack the Swampert. The only way I'm going to kill this Swampert at this point is if I chip it down with an HP Grass somewhere, or if, I click Explosion. So those are like two of my outs. Go hard Pert. I kind of call that he's not HP Grass. He could have been, but I kind of call it. I curse here. He makes a good play. He clicks Whirlwind. Aurora. My Zard gets sent in. Big boy Zard. Damn, what happens here? Yeah, I just get roared out like a million times. I assume this is like max special defense. Yeah, it is, given by that damage. And I get lucky again with this para. But I'm pretty sure it's Rest. Yeah, it is Rest. So it's Rest Talk with Roar and Seabolt, which is kind of a pretty annoying set, to be honest. But I try and take this as an advantage to set up in case, like, he gets like a bad Sleep Talk roll, and then I can just set up under sub, and that's another way of breaking Swampert for T-Tar. That would have been another way, but I end up not getting that. So I break them to switch out and click Earthquake, because I think it does more than clicking. I think I had Double Edge. I think it covered a little bit more, like Tyranitar, Dugtrio switch. In hindsight, maybe I could have just clicked Double Edge, but yeah. He clicks Protect here, expecting me to boom, because that's pretty obvious. And now I think I boom. Let's see, what do I do? Yeah, I boom here, and he catches me, which is a really, really nice play on his end. Because now the boom factor is just gone, and this Tyranitar is just relatively healthy, I'd say. He gets the crit, which kind of sucks. Yeah, that sucks. But it puts me in Blaze range, which is like okay. Because now it's this is a force kill. Can't really send anything on it. But you'll see why it sucks. But I mean, I've had my fair share of luck, so I'm not complaining, obviously. I'm gonna click Earthquake here, yeah. He's gonna click Wish. I think I Dragon Dance. No, I Double Edge. I should have clicked Dragon Dance. Damn. I'm trolling, guys. Now I click Dragon Dance, okay. But I don't think it matters. I can Dragon Dance now because I don't think he's Earthquake. Surf Protect usually doesn't run Earthquake. It depends, but Surf plus Protect is usually like, I want to say it's like Refresh and Toxic, I'm pretty sure. That's what they run on this set. This makes sense because he has Dugtrio for Earthquake. So I just sack it for the damage, trying to get into HP Grass range. Even if I'm losing, I'm having a good time in this game because it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm having a really good time. I remember I was like having a really nice time. I'm playing a GOAT, honestly. So to be able to like make it close from this position, I'm like really happy, dude. I'm actually really happy, especially in a gen that I don't play like too often. HP Grass. He calls out the HP Grass. Maybe I should have just clicked Flamethrower there, predicting that. But I end up doing it here. We're in Blaze range, so we're actually going to 2-hit KO. As long as he gets a bad roll, like Roar would have been fine too, I think. He roared me into Zapdos. Actually, that would have been bad. I lied, guys. That was a good roll, though. He gets the rest roll, and we're able to kill something this turn, which is nice. But that gets his Blissey in. Oh, no, he sends a Dugtrio. And I'm thinking, damn, this kind of sucks. Because I want to keep a lot of these Mons healthy for this endgame, right? I can't really send in Zapdos off rip. I can't send it in on a Rock Slide, obviously. So I felt like my mid-ground was Swampert. Because if he HP bugs, I live the next one. If he Rock Slides, obviously that's good for me. If he predicts me and clicks Earthquake, then I get another kill with Charizard on the next turn with the Blaze, because he's locked into Earthquake. And then, at that point, we would be playing for a Rock Slide miss odds. So, Rock Slide missing on, like, Charizard or Zapdos, and Blissey dies, would mean that I win the game. So, those are the odds we go for. But, he gets the HP bug crit on me, which is like, damn. My odds are basically just dead, I think. So, I send in Zapdos. I think I click sub here. Yeah, I do click sub here. But at this point, I can't really break the Blissey. Let's see what I do. Click HP Grass. Ends up killing that, which is fine. But now he's going to send in Blissey. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, I misclicked. Yeah. Okay, so T-Bolt, Seismic Toss, T-Bolt again. So he just Seismic Toss here because it's a guaranteed win. Because he can just lock into... I'm pretty sure HP Bug kills everything from this range. That crit doesn't matter. HP Bug killed anyway. And because of the crit that Tyranitar had with Crunch, I'm actually in range of that. Meaning that he doesn't need to click Rock Slide and risk anything at all. So he gets the 100% win path here. And he found it. And that was a really good game regardless of the loss. I was really, really happy with how I played that. Really happy about this set overall. But let's get into game 3, which was even crazier than the first two. You'll see a trend here, guys. I'm going to bring in Zapdos again. We get the triple lead Zapdos. I'm pretty sure it's the same exact set, too. I was not messing around. He leads Lax, though, which is actually pretty bad for me. So I'm just going to get a T-Bolt up on the way. And I actually get a crit here, which is actually really massive. He gets a Body Slam. No pair, though. So this is actually a way better position for me. He reveals no item. And I was like, damn, this Body Slam did a lot. I don't know what set this was. I'm pretty sure it was just Lumberry. But it also could have been like Silk Scarf, which is pretty funny. Because it actually just kills me the next turn. It might have been Silk Scarf, to be honest. I think the way I calced it, I think it was. I'll look back after this video, but the reason why I sent in Tyranitar is because I thought it was locked into Body Slam, but it actually isn't. And it gets 2 kills on me. I'm like, no, this is so bad. My Tyranitar and Zapdos dies turn 1 and 2. I'm like, oh my god, this is looking chopped. But he reveals Agility. I'm Hydro Pump. I'm pretty sure I'm Endeavor. Sub Endeavor, Salic Berry, which is actually like pretty good for this matchup, I think. But he reveals Agility, Baton Pass, meaning that. Oh wait, no, I'm Roar, guys. I'm Roar, but I'm also Salic. But meaning that he has Agility BP, this probably doesn't have HP Grass or anything to kill me with. So Swampert is actually really free in this scenario. So without further ado, he reveals some Magneton, and here I think I switch out. Right? Oh, I'm a boss. Dude, I sub. I thought I would switch out expecting HP Grass, but there's no way these run HP Grass. I'm tripping. But I'm sub Roar. Wow. I lied again, guys. I'm sub plus Roar, meaning Hydro Pump and Endeavor are my 2 moves, which also means this actually just walls me. So depending on what this has, we'll see. That's HP. I want to say that's HP Ice. Oh my god, he reveals the Umbreon, which is kind of wild. I'm like, bro, what did I just load into? This is like some Agility Baton Pass type of team. But like, I don't know what the Umbreon does. I don't know. I don't know, guys. He's just gonna roar me out though. I click sub expecting like, just in case he has something to hit me with, I'm just gonna sub again. That's basically it. Brings in my Metagross. That's fine. I'm just gonna send in Swampert again because every time I send in Swampert, he tries to Baton Pass. I'm just gonna click Roar every single time. It's super free. I click Agility. I'm just gonna roar his ass out again. And this is when he reveals a Marowak. So his full team is revealed. Just take a look at that 6 and be like, what the fuck is this? I mean, because that's definitely what I was thinking at that time. I'm pretty sure I just sub for free. No, I just go Mence. On the Earthquake. No, on Earthquake. On the double to Celebi, though, which is even better. Because now I can just Dragon Dance, I think. He calls that, though, which is a really nice play by him, and clicks Leech Seed. Super nice play. Super nice play. Because now I can't really, like Leech Seed really helps him a lot, especially because he has Umbreon. But I called the Umbreon switch, I'm pretty sure, and click Brick Break. It actually does more than expected. So the Leech Seed actually won't help him here. I know this. So I'll mid-ground the HP Flying, but I also have Rock Slide. So I'm just going to click it there. He's calling me out, which is really nice by him. So he's just kind of like slowly slapping me away. But I'm like completely fine with this because he's taking chip on a lot of Mons. If Umbreon dies, also this gets opened up for my last Mon, so that was something I had in mind. Clicks Double Edge, and now this activates my Salic Berry and my Endeavor and my Torrent. So, damn. He ends up sacking the Umbreon, which is massive for me, given my last, you'll see. And yeah, I'm completely free now to just Endeavor this, which is exactly what I do. He ends up killing me. And now this gives me the initiative to send in my Jirachi, which, you know, what does he do at this point? There's nothing he can really do because now I can just click Calm Mind. He Baton Passes. I mean, he could click Leech Seed. Even if he clicks Leech Seed, though, I'm just going to Calm Mind a bunch of times and the game just ends. I'm pretty sure. Because I have Fire Punch, this dies no matter what. He has Zapdos on the field. He's going to try and probably roar me out. But let's see what he does. Yeah, he does roar me out. Okay. But, like, at this point, the game is over. Zapdos is at 12. Celebi is at 12. Marowak is at 89. But, like, that's his only, like, threat remaining, which Salamence kind of kills. He sends in Marowak now. Actually, if I missed there, maybe there was a chance for him. But I would have clicked Explosion the next turn. So I think it would have been fine. And I was only plays Earthquake. So I predict that. Get the Intimidate off. Like, I have no reason not to go into Salamence, basically, to preserve. I get the crit there. It doesn't really matter because my Jirachi is HP Grass. So even if I didn't get the crit there, HP Grass will just seal the deal. And he forfeits, and that's GG's for that Gen 3 set. Easily my favorite set of the year. Man, like, you guys have no idea. Like, playing, like, a guy of this caliber and, like, a tier that I'm, like, consistently learning, it feels so good. And that's just an example of put your mind to anything and you can do anything you want. Gens 1 through 5, like I said, not something I'm known for, but I also want to give a shout out to Mayo Pockets for these 3 teams. Well, I think the first 2 were teams from her, and the first team is actually something that I had in the back with Empo. Empo actually sent me this team. But yeah, Gen 3, I have a fair share of love for it. I have a fair share of love for all these classic gens, and I'm just really, really happy with this set. And that's like the final set I'll showcase for today. Happy New Year's, guys. New beginnings, new everything. Last year, I set my mind to everything, qualified for everything, World Cup finals, the Champions League finals, qualified for every tournament. If I can do it, you can too. And the reason why I'm making these videos is for educational purposes. Hopefully you guys can learn from it, and maybe it inspires you to do something like that. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, happy freaking New Year's 2026. New beginnings. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I really love this set, though. I was really excited showing this to y'all. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Hopefully, if y'all stayed around for this, you are a boss. For sure. Because this is like an hour-long video already. And my throat's getting sore. But yeah, really glad showcasing these videos. Or I mean, these games. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out, guys.